Hey guys, True Zombie Slayer here, and today, well tonight, because it's 1:30 for me, I've been creating something. This is my blueprint for something I'm making, and yeah, I've gotten far with it, very far. So far that I'm pretty much ready to build a upper and lower receiver, so like, that far. As much as I got done on this paper, I've got done now. But I just need to make the bolt. I'm gonna try to make the 45 ACP bolt because I have a 45 ACP barrel right here. I just finished this 7.62 by 39 barrel. I'm gonna try to make the bolts work for each other. And if I can get this dummy 45, has no primer, no powder, bullet is just there. You can see that goes there. It's tapped for gas. You can hear the gas blow out if I were to blow into it. Smooth bore like all my stuff is. And pretty much this is made to where you could pretty simply, I'm just going to hold this at a weird angle. Like if this was in the military, they'd be able to do something like cock their gun back and lock it open. So if y'all can see that, let me see. You'll be able to cock it back, lock it open. And once it's locked open from there, you can pull out a pin here, which will allow you to pull this is in there pretty tight, but it'll allow you to take your barrel and your gas block in. If I can get them out, give me a second. I'm gonna pop it out like that. It'll allow you to, it works better with the 45 barrel because the 45 barrel has already been fine-tuned, but you will pop out your gas block and barrel like that, as such, and from there you can swap out to a different barrel or way of firing the gun. So in this case, I have that other 45 barrel. So I'm doing real quick maintenance. That's good. So then you can take the 45 barrel, slide that back into the receiver, push the little pin back in place, clip it, whatever you gotta do. So something like that. And then you can take your gas block. It's gonna have a little clip holding in place. You're gonna take off the clip, slide your gas block off, slide it back onto your other weapon, and you got a completely new gun, barrel, everything. And then you just unpin it again. This one should come out a little easier. I'm still gonna pop it out that way. So you can take that barrel, pop it out, swap back to 7.62. So you can see this barrel is 45. This barrel 7.62 by 39. And I'm planning on making like a 300 blackout barrel and a couple other barrels. 300 blackout 5.56 and 9mm. Basically anything. The concept of this thing is anything shorter than the 5.56 can be shot. Anything with upwards to this 50 AE, because it can fit within the bolt range space, will be able to fit there. And as long as you got a barrel, a bolt, magazine, and the mag adapter, you can shoot a completely different round. So going into detail with this, it's a barrel, front trunnion, gas block, which will be adjustable, and it's not, I'm not taking it out right now, but it's a little piece that you'll be able to spin and rotate to adjust it. Another kind of barrel for a different caliber. Your spring and spring guide, and I don't know what to call that, but it sits in the front to make sure the spring isn't directly touching the bolt, and the bolt goes back, or the bolt carrier goes there. Barrel, gas block, spring, extra, or recoil spring, and extra barrel, and calibers, different calibers. So that's the main purpose. Is it's like, it kind of works like if I pull out this airsoft Mac 11 that I'm trying to get rid of. the way that this pin works is once you pull that in, like you can push that little half circle in and down. And once you well, down and in, then you can pull out a pin. It's gonna be like this. Same way that barrel is gonna lock, and then the bigger pin is what's actually holding everything in real spots. So it's gonna be one of these in through here to hold the barrel in place, so you can quickly just unplug one pin and you change your barrel out really quickly on the field, on the fly, on the go. And yeah, that's basically my design and idea. It's locking, because that's how it's gonna lock with that. I'm gonna improve it because that I cut that wrong, and I'm gonna remake this whole entire part anyway, because I do not want it in this shape. I want it in a shape where it has a little bit more material by a little bit, and it's just gonna be overall different. And I might have to cut this piece off the trunnion and remake it, because whenever it's in place, it has this go up, which tilts that up, and that's not how it's supposed to go. And here's the old recoil spring, which is weighted, actually heavier, way heavier than this one, but I wanted to weight it because I needed it at the moment until I realized that this can just slide over there, because the Airsoft Desert Eagle that I got this out of, this is the original spring, I believe. And so I just chopped down this guide a little shorter, put the spring on there, pushed it back on there, and I was like, yeah, that'll work, it's fine. But another concept for this is the base design is like a rifle. It's made with like an AK. It's gonna be an AK trigger group in there, and it's gonna be just different bolts that you swap out. So whenever you're like wanting to fire a different round, you just straight up take this bolt that's gonna be in here out, put your one in that you need for a new caliber, and depending on what caliber and how close the rim size and diameters are, you'll be able to shoot 2 different rounds with the same bolt. So like anything with a 9mm style or 223 style base, the cartridge will be able to be fired out of with the same bolt, and the only thing you'll have to change is the barrel and magazine adapter. Other than that, you don't have to change anything. You're always going to have to change adapters and barrels, no doubt, but bolts, you don't always have to change them. With this, at least with my design, and if it works, and my locking system is going to be simple, but the bolt doesn't go far enough, so this carrier shouldn't go far enough. This red line shouldn't pop out of that, or at least not too far, and it shouldn't pop out far enough to where this little lock that I'm going to make that slides into here and locks up under it, it shouldn't go far enough to let that lock pop all the way up. With that being said, it should kick back there, stop, and hit the buffer all at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been working on, my new design for it, and I'm gonna see if one of the YouTubers that I watch, I want to see if he wants to try to improve on this design, if I get it to, if it works for me. And basically my bolt is going to be the size of like a 9-volt battery, because the 9-volt battery fits there in that channel, and I made it specifically do that for a couple different reasons. And I also might make it where you can this pin will be like this bottom pin will be on the regular receiver, and you'll be able to like take it apart kind of AK style, where you'll push the thing back, but that will be, it'll flip the whole entire upper receiver up, so that'll be facing there, bolt will be facing there, barrel and everything, you get it. It'll pivot like an AR, and then you can put it back, and yeah, and basically once you push that piece out, you can, it'll come out, it'll come off the, the recoil buffer, and it'll pop out. Once that's done, if I get it to, that might be my second version. This version might just be more AK-ish, way more AK-ish, with a regular dust cover and it was whatnot rails on the bottom. And the way I'm able to achieve using any caliber is because my bolt is going to be like an AR style bolt, in the means of how the, actually let me just grab one, not an AR bolt but like Desert Eagle bolt, like the way that it clips on and ejects. So it's not using a shark fin ejector of the AK to pop out all these rounds. It's just spring and clip. Other than that, the bolt is going to be square like the 9-volt battery. But it's just going to utilize a clip and a ejector to use for all of these rounds. So, and the thing is with this, if I scale it up bigger, I can use different rounds. So I can scale it up a little bit bigger and have something shooting 308 and under, and just basically from there. So this is meant to fire anything under the size. Well, this specific version is meant to fire anything under the size of a 223 or something that is the 223. So anything shorter, it doesn't matter how fat. Like I can literally get a 12 gauge and it fits into this circle, this hole. And as long as you have a barrel and a bolt, like I said, you're able to shoot it. And I could easily just convert it to a different caliber, like I said, because everything is really easy to do. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. And I'm not going to be working on Desert Eagle for a minute because I got other things to do like this, because I really want to get this done. And yeah, and the Desert Eagle is just too much for right now. This is something simple, my own design, something that I can work with. And then the Desert Eagle is just got too much stuff going on for me right now. I'm not really that good at paper craft. Like, this stuff is still crappy. That perfect's not perfect. That circle's not perfectly circle anymore. And I messed up a lot of stuff. And it's still hard in paper. Like, I just drilled this as I started up the video. And I gotta fix that. That's what I was looking at earlier and talking about fixing up on something. I was cutting some stuff off of this, and yeah, also drilled the barrel in the wrong spot and had to put a pencil through it and re-drill through the pencil. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Hope y'all liked it. See y'all later.